It's Friday, November 1st, 2024. Get ready to set your clocks back. Welcome to episode 127 of the Alameda Postcast, an audio service of the Alameda Post. I'm your host, Scott Bueller. In this edition of the Postcast, the Long Beach Police Department releases body cam footage of their interaction with Trish Herrera Spencer. Prior to that, the City Council was already considering admonishment in the wake of the incident. A guide to 10 ballot measures as Election Day approaches. Auto thefts continue to decline. The Cross Alameda Trail and the Woodstock Shuttle both expand. The Planning Board extends the St. Joseph Master Plan. Altarena Playhouse sets the table for Thanksgiving. And events for your weekend. These stories and more on this episode of the Alameda Postcast. Our top story. The Long Beach Police Department has released body cam footage and a report relating to the October 18th incident when the department responded to reports of an intoxicated adult female. That person was later identified as Trish Herrera Spencer. 5 of the body cam videos show 5 different perspectives of LBPD officers arriving at the scene. One officer notes that Spencer has a, quote, little bleeding, end quote, near her eyebrow, quote, probably because she fell. She was completely out, end quote. A later video takes place in a hospital emergency room. It is blurred. One officer can be heard saying, quote, I'm letting the staff deal with her right now. She's uncooperative and she's heavily intoxicated, end quote. As of the recording time of the postcast, Herrera Spencer had not provided a statement to the Post pertaining to the body cam footage and police report. For further details, including a link to that report and the body cam footage, find Kelsey Gore's article at alamedapost.com/news. Obviously, this is a developing story. We initially reported on this last week. While Long Beach PD has stated that no apparent crime was committed, Herrera Spencer insisted in a statement that she was the victim of a crime. Now, Mayor Marilyn Ezzy Ashcraft and Councilmember Malia Vela have requested a referral on the November 6th City Council agenda to consider an adoption of a resolution to admonish City Councilmember Herrera Spencer for behavior that violates the City Council Code of Conduct. Let's take a moment to unpack the word admonish. In legislative and judicial circles, admonishment is essentially an expression of disapproval. It's not as strong as a reprimand or a censure and carries no specific punishment or penalty. Whether the latest developments will change the resolution remains to be seen. From here, the council can take no action, refer to city staff for future action, or move forward. It should be noted that if the item does hit the agenda for next council meeting, that meeting is one day after Election Day. Herrera Spencer is currently one of 5 candidates seeking election for 2 available council seats. The proposed resolution is short, all of 195 words. For the complete wording, including links to pertinent council documents, as well as Herrera Spencer's public statement, see Kelsey Gore's article at alamedapost.com/news. Remember, Tuesday is Election Day. If you're still deciding how to cast your ballot on various measures, we have some help for you. Head to alamedapost.com/election. There you will find a guide with a basic description of the 10 California ballot measures being decided. What makes this article particularly useful is the interactive quiz after every measure developed by Cal Matters. You'll be asked a series of questions about each measure, and based on your replies, the quiz will indicate whether you are for or against that particular initiative. You might also find that you are truly unsure. While you're at alamedapost.com/election, look for the link titled Live Election Returns. You'll want to bookmark that because we will be providing live results after the polls close at 8 p.m. on Tuesday for local, regional, state, and national contests. Last month, in episode 123, I discussed how car thefts declined sharply in August. That downward trend continued in September, although not as dramatic a drop. August saw 60 thefts, down from the previous month's 106. In September, the number was 56. That's the lowest number since the Post began tracking car thefts, and a dramatic improvement over last September's 127. Fewer cars stolen, however, fewer stolen cars recovered. 49, down from last month's 82. Catalytic converter thefts jumped from 12 to 18. Robberies went from 4 to 8, but assaults were down 13 to 7. 7 is a fairly typical number for a given month here. Shoplifting incidents increased from 53 to 85, but vandalism dropped from 40 to 34. We often focus on the bad news, but as usual, aside from auto theft, major and violent crimes remain at very low levels. For a complete look at September's numbers, including charts and a link to the full report, see Adam Gillett's article at alamedapost.com/news. A couple of improvements to how you get around, 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. Let's take a look at what's happening. First, by land, a ribbon cutting to celebrate the grand opening of the latest stretch of the Cross Alameda Trail. The 0.7 of a mile segment along Clement between Grand Street and Broadway brings the Cross Alameda to 90% completion, which will ultimately offer a continuous east-west cycling route featuring separated two-way bike lanes and paved trails between Seaplane Lagoon and the Fruitvale Bridge. At Clement and Broadway, Mayor Marilyn Ezzy Ashcraft hailed the completion of the connection as an important investment, quote, in Alameda's transportation, infrastructure, and economy, enhancing community safety and building resilience to climate change and water level rise, end quote. The new bidirectional bike paths on the north side of Clement are protected by parked vehicles and concrete curbs and include biofiltration swales, intersection safety improvements, and a bike signal at the Park Street intersection. At Willow Street, the improvements connect with an existing section of the trail along the northern waterfront. The remaining portions of the trail that are under construction include the section through the former Pennzoil property between Hibbard and Grand and the section along Tilden Way. Part of the Tilden section includes a roundabout at the Blanding-Tilden-Fernside intersection and a potential dog park on the former railroad right-of-way. Construction for both projects is expected to be completed in 2025. Ken Durr was at the ribbon cutting, provides full details, photos, a map, and a ride-through video of the new section. Find his article at alamedapost.com/news. And 2 by sea, or at least by estuary. By all measures, the new Oakland-Alameda Water Shuttle has been a success in its first 3 months of operation. 34,000 passengers, along with 7,400 bicycles for the short hop to Jack London Square. Starting this Wednesday, November 6th, the service will add 52 additional trips per week, 8 more on Wednesdays and Thursdays, 12 more Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Woodstock will still have Mondays and Tuesdays off, but the frequency of trips will increase. The schedule has been simplified a bit. Previously, there were 3 schedules, one for Wednesday and Thursday, one for Friday, and a third for the weekend. Starting on Wednesday, Friday will be identical to the weekend schedule with different run times Wednesdays and Thursdays. Service will start a bit later in the morning, 15 minutes later on Wednesday and Thursday, 40 minutes Friday through Sunday. To compensate, the shuttle will run longer in the evening by 30 to 60 minutes. One other change, currently Woodstock starts its day on the Oakland side. Beginning Wednesday, the first trip will be from Alameda each morning. You can celebrate Woodstock's new expanded schedule on Saturday, November 9th, beginning at 10:30 at the Alameda Dock at Bohall Circle Immigrant Park. Get a free rubber duck and a custom Woodstock keychain token on board while supplies last. Details and the new schedule at alamedapost.com/features. On Monday, the Planning Board indefinitely extended the term of the St. Joseph Community Master Plan Planned Development Permit with modifications to upgrade the means of street closure on Chestnut Street. The extension ensures that permit conditions relating to traffic, parking, special events, pedestrian safety, and aesthetics related to the St. Joseph community will continue to be implemented. The master plan was originally approved in 1999 for the 1109 Chestnut Street campus, with reapproval for unfinished projects required in 10 years. In 2009, a 15-year extension was granted, expiring in November of this year. On Monday, the board voted 4-0 to make the permit indefinite. There have been no changes to the existing plan, and there have been no complaints or concerns raised. So far, St. Joseph's has completed a library, science labs, and a gym remodeling. A science and communication arts facility are approved as part of the master plan, but currently no further development is planned. The area around St. Joseph's is part of the Neighborhood Greenways plan to prioritize bicycle and pedestrian traffic. Currently, the gates and signage used to close off Chestnut Street during the school day do not meet traffic and engineering standards. A new closure will allow pass-through of bicycles and pedestrians while blocking automotive access. Despite the indefinite extension, the board reserves the right to revoke or modify the permit under certain conditions. Find the full details in Karen Jensen's article at alamedapost.com/news. Last week, I mentioned the Thanksgiving play, The Season-Ending Offering from Altarena Playhouse. Our resident theater critic, Gene Kahane, checked out the proceedings and came away impressed. Find his review at alamedapost.com/features. After a 1-week hiatus, Amanda Laird's All Around Alameda column is back with suggestions for your weekend. As usual, a little something for everyone. Diwali, Day of the Dead, and some wonderful local shopping opportunities. Find Amanda's column at alamedapost.com/features. For a complete list of events, visit 94501.info. And once again, don't forget, set your clocks back at bedtime Saturday night, or if you're up, 2 a.m. Sunday morning. Thank you for your support of local news for Alameda. Remember, you can find us on all the usual social media outlets. We also have our own subreddit and subscribe to us on Apple News. Find the Postcast wherever you get your podcasts, or simply tell your smart device to play the Alameda Postcast podcast. I'm Scott Peeler, back next Friday with episode 128 of the Alameda Postcast.